That's right. You see a Gerber in my pocket. I talk a lot about how I was betrayed by Gerber because my dad had this amazing Gerber knife in the 70s that I loved and coveted, and then they went south. Well, I'm here to tell you, I think they're back. You know, I did a video about the Zilch that I really, really loved. We're getting attacked here. We're at Area 6 in the wilds of Suburbia. And anyway, Gerber sent me another knife. They saw my Zilch video, saw that I was impressed with the Zilch, and saw that I thought the Zilch could be a great platform for them to add better steels and better handle materials, but everything else about that knife I love. Well, they sent me this, and this is the Sedulo, and it is American made. It's got S30V steel. S30V is a good steel. It's a powder metallurgy steel. As you know, it was one of the first, or the first, quote unquote, super steel. And it's on an axis lock style bar lock mechanism. And I got it, and it was a little stiff. And after about 10 to 20 flips, man, it's pure butter. And I'm surprised by that. Doesn't drop down like my Hogues yet, still new. But it's surprisingly stout, and it feels surprisingly solid. And I say surprisingly because the handle material is a FRN that is similar to what you get on an earlier Griptilian. You know, it's kind of that sort of just expensive high tensile plastic. It definitely does the job, but it's not a luxury material. This, much like the Zilch, is a knife that would that will only get better with more materials. This is a really, really excellent EDC thus far, and I have a little some stuff to show you out here in the woods. What this can do, it's very capable. It's got a very, very nice and extremely consistent edge, which surprised me. I first noticed when looking at the tip for the centering, and I noticed that the tip is perfectly symmetrical, and I opened it up, and that edge is so uniform and nice, and this thing is just super, super sharp. So great action, no blade play whatsoever, super solid. Kind of a here's the one ding. I was going to say kind of a cheap feeling handle, but not it's not too light, and it is not super cheap. It feels better than the Zilch material, I gotta say. It's got an excellent deep carry pocket clip with, not only does it have recessed screws, but the clip itself is chamfered to the point where you can see how nicely it slides in and out of the pocket there with that little ramp. And then right under the clip, at least on the righty side, there's a pad without any texturing under the clip so you don't tear up your pocket. They don't offer you that on this side, lefties, but you can still mount your clip on that side. You just have to get rid of that thing yourself. Don't know about the Omega springs. I've never had to replace an Omega spring on a Benchmade or anything else, but so far this is working out great. I brought a package to show you some EDC things that this is good at. This is the box it came in, actually. I just reboxed it up. And so here. Okay, like any object, it cuts tape well. And by any object, I mean knife or otherwise. Okay. Oh, what's this? I need this rope. Oh, but there's some paracord on it. Let me cut that off. All right. Oh, look. Okay, so we'll be picking all these things up. That's why I brought the real high colored ones, because I don't like it when people litter out here at Area 6. All right, these things pop right off. This is my preferred way to cut these things, because I just slide it under and then turn it.
Well, the rest of us use scissors.
The rest of you use scissors, eh? So let's try this. We'll cut some cardboard in a second, but this is that big, nasty nylon rope. Now, chances are you don't have to cut rope like that. Chances are You'll have to cut rope more like, here, let's try it like this. What'd you say?
What?
Oh, I thought you said
But it's so hot out here.
Yeah, it is hot. Oh man, this rope is tough. We can get through it.
But not like that.
Jeez, oh Pete. Now let's see how this does on cardboard. It still feels extremely sharp. Let's see. We have this. Let's see how this.
Cardboard?
Yeah, we'll do some cardboard and then we'll try a little wood, see how it carves the wood. All right. Going against the grain. Does really well. You're not even looking.
No.
All right. Well, as a knife should, it cuts cardboard. Let's see how it does on this wood here. There's wood here. Oh. Here, come in close. Carved pretty nicely. It's pretty thin. Let's see.
Camera just did a weird thing.
What did it do?
Just like everything, just shines super bright for some reason.
Because we all shine so super bright.
Aww. You should be an inspirational speaker.
I am. Every time I lecture you. All right, so not being much of a bushcrafter myself, it seems to carve wood pretty well. Does great on the cardboard. This big nastiness here, it struggled with a little bit. I think that's because the edge is not so toothy and it slipped around a lot on that nylon. It's still very sharp. Let's see, before we sign off, let's see if it removes hair.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Yeah, it does. It's a little bit dulled at this point, but still removes hair. This knife is impressive, I gotta say. This is an impressive EDC folder, especially for Gerber, and I hate to put it that way, but as far as I'm concerned, they're a company that has had work to do, and I think they're doing it, and they're rebranding and coming out with some really good knives so far. Here, this is one ding. The fit is excellent. The finish, not so much. Look at this. On the pommel of the blade, pommel of the handle, you can see a little tab of plastic that sticks up, kind of like, you ever build a model airplane? You ever build a model car? All the little pieces come on those strips of plastic and you have to pull it off. Well, you're supposed to carve and sand that off before you build the model. Otherwise, you have a little tab sticking up everywhere. Well, they forgot to do that on this one. Not a huge deal, but you can see it, and it's a little, that's one thing that,
sad.
Well, other than that, this is a pretty damn good knife, I gotta say. I like it. It's got good grip. This has quickly become, well, this has gone on a road trip at this point, and it served really well as a food knife and as an otherwise knife. So I'm psyched about it. All right, well, that's the Gerber Sedulo. Check it out. S30V and USA Made. USA Made. That's good.
Bye-bye.